Okay, and let's divide that right here and right here. Sure, why not? I don't know if I was even that careful when I did the first one. I'll bet they're not all the same. That's okay. And really light, and that way, if I didn't do a nice job, if I didn't feel like those were straight, like for instance, I've got this and this one right here. Oh, look it. See, so I could erase those a little bit if I wanted to. Now, if I was really persnickety, I might even say to myself, so, that really is not in the center. Maybe I'll move that over. I could even measure. Watch how easy it is to measure something like here and here. Ah, that's in the center. That's pretty good, right? So I'll draw a line right down there and maybe get rid of that first one. Easy to do because I drew it really lightly, right? That's why. You look in any drawing book, it's going to tell you the same thing. Draw really light. Okay. And so there it is. And we want to do good job. We want to have craftsmanship. Okay. I said I wasn't going to talk a lot about craftsmanship at first, but hey, you know what? Here's all you got to know about craftsmanship is you cannot just pull craftsmanship out of a hat, right? When you need it. You have to practice it all the time. And then it will be there for you. Okay, what was the first one? Triangle. Okay, we got that. You know what? Speaking of craftsmanship, we didn't we didn't label those first ones, and we should. So let's go back. What was that one that I just did a second ago? Where is it? Where is it at? Oh, right here. Okay. And we didn't label what they are, right? Well, you know that they are little rectangles or squares and circles, but I want to do that. See, because once again, if you label something, if you know the name of something, it helps you understand it so much better, right? So this is a square or a rectangle. See, knowing the name of something, that's powerful. Remember, like in any of your fantasy books, if they know the name of the dragon or the demon or anything like that, they've got power over it. Okay. And I think that's sort of metaphorical because in life, if you can name something, then you have so much more power over it. Okay. Because you've defined it, is what you've done. Okay. So that was a square and a rectangle. This was a circle or an oval, obviously, right? Very important. Very important right now. Okay. Back to this one here. We've got, you know what? Let's just not even wait. We're going to do this. This was what? This is drawing 3. Okay, because this one was drawing 2, right? So this is drawing 3, and this is line, and it is value, and it is shape. Okay, who are you? Well, you put your last name and your first name and the period number that you were a part of. Let me see, what was I saying? That I was in period 7 and period 3 and this one? Whatever period you're in. And this is exercise 3. Isn't it? This is the third drawing, third exercise, right? Don't be confused. That one was 2. This is 2. This is 3. The next one will be 4. It's not that confusing, I guess. Okay, so we got that, and that was a triangle. So that's a triangle, and this was light. I want you to label it. Okay, tame that dragon. Okay, and so then we've got our medium triangle. Okay, so I'm still going to hold it way back here. Give myself some good guidelines. Okay, and then when I'm happy with it, dark it in a little bit. And that's my medium. And then finally, for my dark. Okay, so that's nice and light, so I can make any changes if I wanted to, but I think that's fine. So I'm really going to just darken it in nice and dark. And I'm going to call it dark. Okay. Now the next one is the parallelogram. Now's where we get a little tricky, right? You knew squares and you knew circles and you even knew triangles, but the parallelogram. Now there's a secret to the parallelogram. Remember how when I was showing you how to draw a square or a rectangle, I said don't go around like that, right? Instead do the sides, do the top, do the bottom. In other words, in parallels. Well, guess what? A parallelogram is going to work a lot better for you if you do things in parallel. So for instance, I would probably go ahead and start nice and light doing my sides. So let's say I do this side here, and then I do this side here. And notice that I have not defined my top and my bottom yet. And in doing so, it's going to be a lot easier to keep these guys parallel, right? It's going to be a lot more difficult if I define it just kind of going all the way around. Top and bottom's pretty easy, and I get a decent enough little parallelogram. I drew lightly, so if I need to erase a little bit, no big deal. Okay, so this is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. Had to look up the spelling on that one. Okay, so parallelogram, and it is light. Good enough. So now a medium. Now I suggest, just like in my example here, that you turn it in different ways. Just, hey, this is practice, right? Might as well practice. And so just like before, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the sides first. So I've got the one side, and then I've got the other side. I don't care if the top and the bottom match. All I care about is, does this one have the same angle as this? Pretty good. Hey, it's a parallelogram, right? They need to be parallel. Okay. So we got the bottom, we got the top. If I ever wanted to measure, I could just measure it like that, like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, and so this one was the medium. I drew it light at first though, didn't I? That way I could erase anything that I didn't like. And we'll go ahead and make it kind of medium. Okay, so you saw that sketchbook. That's just students' work, right? Just a very talented student. Okay, and you could draw that good. The thing is that you just have to learn light, medium, dark. You just got to learn these shapes, right? Okay, is that really good? Pretty good. See, sometimes the illusion can be that it's going to look whiter on the top. But if you check it, and you can check it, right? You'll see, nope, it's just right. It's parallel. Okay. Okay. And I'll talk about that later here, obviously. Since my slanty sides are on the top and the bottom, I'm going to do my slanty sides first. Okay. But, your eyes will deceive you. That's what I'm getting at here. Eyes will deceive you, but measurements never do. Okay. If you measure something, then you know it's right or it's wrong, as the case may be. There we go. Ooh, lots to erase here. That's okay, because I drew really light, right? Okay. And I'll darken that up really dark. Now, the thing is, remember I was telling you on that first one with the lines, um, I want it perfect. I do. This part, I want it so perfect. Look, someday when you're drawing, be all creative and messy and everything. That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. But right now, you're building a basic skill set, and I want perfect, because, hey, when things are easy, then this is easy, right? This is easy as it gets. You want to be perfect when things are easy, and it gives you a little bit more margin when things come a little bit harder, right? And so once again, that's one of the reasons why I don't use a ruler very often, right? Is one is that You know, my drawing does tend to be a little bit technical, I'll admit it. And it does, by not using a ruler, a straight edge, it gives it a little bit more warmth, a little bit more of the human touch. But also, by not using a straight edge, you know, I don't have that crutch. It forces me to, well, draw straight lines, right? Um, so once again, I can't draw a straight line, Mr. Coon. Well, have you ever tried? Okay, so that was pretty good. So we've got squares and circles. You know all about those. We've got triangles and parallelograms, all very geometric now. Nice shapes to have. Okay, but now we've got some really cool ones.